You were taught a very simple formula for financial success. Go to work, pay your bills, and put the rest of your money into a savings account. It feels responsible. It feels safe. You log into your banking app, see the numbers sitting there, and you feel like you're winning the game. But I have some terrible news for you. If you are saving money this way, you are not winning. You are participating in a guaranteed loss. The traditional savings account is the single most destructive place you can put your long-term wealth. It is a financial graveyard for your purchasing power. To understand why, we need to talk about the invisible thief that lives inside your bank account, a thief that never sleeps: inflation. You think the money in your account is a static, solid object, but fiat currency is not a rock. It is a block of ice. Every single day, the government prints more currency. As the supply of money expands, the value of the dollars sitting in your bank account melts away. Let's look at the brutal math. If inflation is running at 5%, that means the cost of living doubles roughly every 15 years. Now, what is your bank paying you to keep your money there? Maybe a fraction of 1%? Maybe 4% in a high-yield account? Either way, the math is negative. If inflation is 5% and your bank pays you 4%, you are losing 1% of your wealth annually. This is the illusion of safety. You never see the balance go down. The number stays the same, so your brain thinks you are fine. But $10,000 today buys significantly less than $10,000 bought 10 years ago. You didn't lose the numbers, but you lost the ability to buy things. Let that sink in. By trying to be as safe as possible, you have guaranteed that you will be poorer in the future. That is the tragedy. And who benefits from this? The banks do. Because while your money is melting, the bank is using your cash to make themselves incredibly rich. They take your stagnant cash, they lend it out for mortgages, credit cards, and business loans, and they collect massive amounts of interest. They are using your money as fuel. They keep all the profits from the fire, and they give you the leftover ash. So, why do we do it? Why do smart, hard-working people hoard hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash? The answer is simple: fear of the unknown. The stock market feels like a casino. Real estate feels like a massive headache. Cash feels like control. It feels like a warm blanket. But that blanket is actually on fire. It is slowly burning away your purchasing power while you sleep peacefully. The wealthy do not hoard cash. They see cash for what it truly is: a temporary holding place. It is a tool, not a destination. The rich measure their wealth in assets, not in currency. An asset is something that produces value and beats inflation over time. When inflation happens, the price of real estate goes up. The price of stocks goes up. The price of gold goes up. Assets absorb the inflation. Cash absorbs nothing. It just sinks. If you want to survive the modern economic system, you have to transition from a saver to an investor. Let me be clear, you do need some cash. You need an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of living expenses. That is your shield. This cash protects you from sudden job loss, car repairs, and medical bills. It keeps you out of high-interest debt when life goes wrong. But anything beyond that emergency fund is dead weight. It is lazy money sitting on the couch, losing its strength every single day. You need to send that lazy money to work. You need to deploy it into the market. It needs to clock in and start earning. The easiest way to start is the S&P 500. You're buying tiny pieces of the 500 best companies in America: Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, Tesla. These companies don't just survive inflation, they cause it. They raise their prices, their revenues go up, and your stock value goes up with them. Over the last century, the stock market has returned an average of about 10% a year. It crushes inflation. It crushes savings accounts. Yes, the market goes down sometimes. That's the cost of admission. Volatility is the price you pay for long-term growth. Don't panic, because the alternative, staying in cash, has zero volatility, but 100% chance of losing value. You pick your poison. The second place to deploy your cash is real estate. It's the oldest and most proven wealth-building asset in human history. When you buy a property with a fixed-rate mortgage, you lock in your monthly payment for 30 years. Your cost of living is frozen, but the rent you can charge goes up with inflation. The property value goes up with inflation. You are surfing the wave of devaluation. The third option is hard money, gold, silver, or Bitcoin. These are assets with a fixed supply that the government cannot print out of thin air. When the world loses faith in paper money, capital flows into hard assets. They are the ultimate insurance policy against government recklessness. Here's the mindset shift you must make today. The purpose of your income is to buy assets. Period. You are converting your labor, your time, and sweat into something that will continue working for you long after you stop. If you just leave that labor sitting in a bank account, it slowly dies. You're letting your past efforts evaporate into the atmosphere. You must become the chief financial officer of your own life. You allocate the capital. You fire the lazy money. You hire the hard-working assets. Take a look at your bank account today. How much cash is sitting there beyond your emergency fund? $5,000? $50,000? That money is currently screaming for help. It's drowning in inflation. You need to rescue it and put it somewhere safe. Open a brokerage account. Talk to a financial advisor. Start researching index funds. Take the first step out of the cash trap today. You don't have to be a Wall Street genius. You don't have to watch the charts every day. You just have to participate in economic growth. In fact, the most successful investors are the ones who buy simple, boring index funds and then forget they even exist for 20 years. They bypass the stress. They bypass the daily news cycle. They just let the power of human productivity and innovation lift their portfolio automatically. This is how the game is played. The system is designed to punish the savers and reward the owners. So, make the choice right now. Are you going to keep renting your life to the banks, or are you going to own your future? Stop saving your way to poverty. Use cash for defense and use investments for offense. It's a 1-2 punch that guarantees long-term freedom. If this video shifted your perspective on money, hit the like button. It helps the algorithm push this financial education to more people. There is an entire generation of people right now who are working hard, saving their pennies, and wondering why they can never get ahead. Share this with them. Send it to that friend who brags about their massive savings account. They need an intervention before inflation eats them alive. Subscribe to the channel. We post content every week to help you decode the system, build real assets, and take control of your financial life. Don't let your money melt. Don't let your future evaporate. Turn your cash into assets today. I know it feels scary to move your money, but you know what's scarier? Working until you are 80 years old because you played it too safe. You have the intelligence to do this. You have the discipline to do this. You just needed the knowledge, and now you have it. Drop a comment below with how much cash you're moving out of your savings account this week. Let's make it real. Take action. Protect your purchasing power. Stop letting the banks win. As always, stay smart, stay focused, and keep compounding. I will see you in the next video.
Don't let money fool you again. This isn't the end. It's where understanding begins. Bye for now.